What's up, fuckers, and welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K23 Next Gen. In today's video, we have a team that made one of the premier trades of the offseason, the Cleveland Cavaliers. You all know what that trade is by now, but real quick, it's been a minute. We're going to go over it one more time. The Cavaliers sent forward Lauri Markkanen, rookie wing Chai Abgaje, guard Colin Sexton, 3 unprotected first-round picks, 2025, 27, and 29, and 2 pick swaps in 26 and 28 for Donovan Mitchell. So that is a huge haul no matter who you're trading for. Donovan Mitchell, obviously an all-star, very good basketball player, and really kind of cements this young core as one of the NBA's best. Of course, our goal is to get the Cleveland Cavaliers their first championship since LeBron did it back in 2016. We're going to be doing that today. Of course, if you guys have not yet subscribed to the channel, we'd love to have you around here. And while you're at it, comment some video ideas down below. I love seeing what you guys can come up with for me, whether they're current rebuilds, historic rebuilds, rebuild challenges. I'm excited to do it all. But let's get into this one. So with just my current knowledge of this roster, this actually might be one of the teams that I don't necessarily need to make a trade before we do start sim year one, but we'll go over the roster and we'll think about if we need to find and maybe fill one of those weaker spots on this roster. So Darius Garland has emerged as one of the better young point guards in the entirety of the NBA. Hell, has emerged as one of the better young players. Super excited to have him here. 2K is a very big fan of him. He ends up winning MVP awards, finals MVPs, plays out of his goddamn mind. I'm super pumped to have him here today, only 22 years old. We have Ricky Rubio, who's a really solid backup point guard option, re-signed with this team in the offseason, I believe. We have Raul Neto. We have Sharif Cooper, who I did not even know was on this team, to be honest with you. Donovan Mitchell, the man of the hour, obviously one of the newest members of the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think he can definitely help cement this Cavs team as a definite playoff team, potentially even all the way up to a top 5-4 seed, something like that. Obviously, there's a lot of depending factors there, though. We have Karis LeVert, who's definitely probably going to be either our 6th or 7th man off the bench. Whole lot of options with him. I'm probably going to go ahead and start Isaac Okoro here. And reason I'm doing that is just strictly based off potential. I think he definitely has the potential to be potentially the starting small forward on this team the entire time, but of course we will see. We're not making any promises yet. We have Lamar Stevens and Chetty Osman. Probably can't have both of them in this rotation. So we're going to have to pick between the two, ultimately see which route we really do want to go. We have Evan Mobley, who is one of the premier rookies in the entire league last year. Hell of a defensive player. I know in real life he's actually unfortunately out a couple weeks right now, which really does suck. But he's here in today's video. Obviously, we don't play with injuries on. You see him win Defensive Players of the Year all the time. I'm excited to have him here. We got the OG, the veteran on this team, Mr. Kevin Love, NBA champion. Will be coming off the bench for me, no doubt. Definitely think he's possibly a 6th Man of the Year award candidate in real life. But, you know, Kevin Love has obviously been with Cleveland for a long time now. I'm definitely not going to be trading him or anything. And then Dean Wade here as well. We have Isaiah Mobley and then Jamarco Pickett. I'm not going to lie, I don't know who that is. And then we have Jared Allen, who has really emerged himself here a lot more than he did in Brooklyn, has really taken that next step. He's on a really friendly contract of 4 years, $80 million. That's $20 million per year. That's not bad at all. Then Robin Lopez came in as a 1-year backup center option. So that's a really good and a really deep roster. Now, is it a championship contender? Here in 2K, probably. In real life, probably not yet. I think there's a couple more years of development that need to happen. But really good job by the Cavs front office for setting them up both from now and in the future. Let's maybe make a trade or two. This is probably going to be our one and only trade before we do start simming year one. It's a trade that we don't necessarily have to make. It's one that I think would maybe just really solidify that backup center spot. So we're getting JaVale McGee here, who actually just signed a 3-year deal, or 2-year deal with an option, with the Dallas Mavericks. We're going to send them over Lamar Stevens, Raul Neto. I'm going to go with Chetty Osman. I've had him in a bunch of rebuilds. He's really never failed me. So JaVale McGee, welcome to the Cleveland Cavaliers. He's going to be my new backup center. At this point in time, if I'm going to make any other trades, which I really don't even think is worth it at this point, like maybe I'll try to get a pick for Robin Lopez. I mean, if anybody wants to offer me a pick really quick, first round pick here from the Miami Heat. All right, I'll do that. Robin Lopez wasn't going to play. Now let's set the rotation. Sorry, one more trade. We're sending Frank Ntilikina over to the Lakers for a first round draft pick in 2026. Reason I'm doing all these little smallest trades for picks is because we don't have a lot of picks because they're all in Utah right now. Danny Ainge stole them all from us when he gave him Donovan Mitchell. That's our final trade, though. We've completed what I think is probably going to be the best version of this rotation for now. Probably the best way we can kind of go about it, and here's how it's going to look. It's Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell in the backcourt. Extremely, extremely talented backcourt. I'm hoping they can both be here the entire video. I have zero plans of trading either one of them. Isaac Okoro, definitely hope he can kind of develop around some really good players playing around him. Obviously, I hate to say it, he's probably the worst player in our starting 5. I don't want to say worst, but that's kind of the correct word, but like there's definitely a lot of potential there for him to continue to grow his game and maybe be a starter the entire time. Front court's really solid, obviously. Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, two guys that I would not want my Celtics playing against. Bench unit, we got Kevin Love, Karis LeVert, Ricky Rubio, JaVale McGee, and Chetty Osman. I mean, hell of a starting five, hell of a bench unit, really good, really deep team. I'm excited to see what happens. 2K loves the Cavs. See if we can be a top 3 seed. See you guys at the end of year 1. This might be the first time in history that at the end of year 1 I've seen somebody besides Luka win an MVP, and it feels really good to see Trae Young win an MVP award. 34 points, 3.5 boards, 11 assists. Congratulations, Trae, definitely deserved. Jabari Smith Jr., former number 3 overall draft pick, takes home the Rookie of the Year award with a pretty impressive rookie campaign, if I do say so myself. Simmons, 6-man, Anthony Davis, Depoy, Jalen Noel, most improved, JB Bickerstaff. As you can see, we go 16-22. I'm assuming that was probably 1 seed here, and yes, it was. So, obviously, it's really good to be a 1 seed. I love having 60-plus win teams right off the rip when I've barely even done anything. I don't care unless we're winning championships. That's all that really matters to me. Let's take a look at the numbers and see how we just kind of did it this year. Donovan Mitchell averaged almost 26 points a game, followed by Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, Jarrett Allen, Kevin Love, LeVert. I mean, what is that? 6 double-digit scores? Awesome. Rubio, Okoro, JaVale McGee, Chetty Osman, Dean Wade. I would hope maybe at some point in time that Isaac Okoro can kind of get some more points per game up there. Honestly, though, with that starting 5 surrounding him, I don't really need it. Toronto Raptors here in the first round. We got Fred VanVleet, Gary Trent Jr., OG Anunoby, Scotty Barnes, and Pascal Siakam. Pretty good starting 5. Now, we're probably the better team, but that's still a really talented team there in Toronto. They actually take game 1, so that's still definitely a little bit of a nerve-wracking thing. We do win 3 straight, though. They get game 5, and we win in 6 games. Moving on to the Philadelphia 76ers here in round 2. Mr. James Harden, DeAnthony Melton, Matisse Thybulle, Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid. Why on earth is Tyrese Maxey not starting? I have no idea. That's just 2K for you. All right, let's go game by game with the Sixers, see if we can get by them here in the Eastern Conference semifinals. We are up 3-2, and we're going to game 7, and we lose. Oh, no. Oh, that's a damn shame. I did not think we were going to be losing here in the Eastern Conference semifinals. All right, well, we got humbled a little bit. Brandon Ingram, Western Conference Finals MVP. Zach LaVine, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. As I'm sure a lot of you have seen now, the Bulls end up winning the finals in year 1 quite a bit. I need to do a Bulls rebuild soon. That'd be nice if I could win a championship in year 1. All right, let's get into the offseason. I'll show you guys the draft lottery. We obviously really don't have any picks in the draft lottery, but we can simulate it nonetheless, see what ends up happening. The Washington Wizards end up with the number 1 overall pick. Interesting. Thunder kind of makes sense there. Jazz definitely makes sense there. Magic and then the Rockets. I'm surprised I saw the Spurs had 6. I'm surprised they weren't just a little bit higher. JB Bickerstaff just won a Coach of the Year. He's definitely not going anywhere. We'll now hop up to the NBA draft. We should hypothetically have our first round draft pick. I believe we don't. I know that the Jazz don't have it, so I'm assuming somebody else has it, obviously, but I just don't know who. We're not going to obviously use the 25th pick in round 2 for anything. I don't even know if anybody wants it, but cool, take it. We just don't have our draft pick, so I guess we're not drafting anybody this year. Team player options, I'm going to bring back Osman as well. I'll bring back Isaiah Mobley. Do I need to? Probably not, but we'll keep Evan happy here. So, welcome back to the team, all of you. RJ Nembhard and Jay Huff do not need qualifying offers from me. We will hit free agency, where I don't believe we have any big... we have Kevin Love and Karis LeVert. All right, we actually have 2 pretty big players. Bulls are giving Kevin Love an offer. You just won a championship, and you're trying to steal one of my players? It's not very nice. All right, let's go ahead and I'll offer him like a 3-year, $13 million per year deal. I'll do a player option. Why not? Hopefully he wants to come back here, and it looks like he does. And then I'll go ahead and give Karis LeVert an offer as well. It's honestly pretty cheap money. So at this point in time, Sharif Cooper can go. I'm probably just going to let Dean Wade go. I don't really feel like I need him. Maybe there's a trade. You know what? I'll bring him back. Why not? I'll bring him back. It's a minimum deal. I'll actually do a 2-year minimum deal just because he'll... Oh, that's Cody Zeller. Just because Dean Wade would maybe be a little bit of an asset if I wanted to throw him in a trade or something like that. So we get all 3 of those players back who were free agents for us. This roster really does not change dramatically at all. We might kind of run it back just for the fact that I really don't think there's a great trade that I can make. I might actually move on from JaVale McGee. Not that he necessarily played bad for us in the role that he had, but strictly based off the fact that he's 35 and I think regression could hit him. So we might try to find a new backup center. Other than that, I'm thinking of leaving the team exactly the same way. Hopefully, Okoro can kind of prove himself a little bit more this year, and we won't even have to make a trade for a new starting small forward. That obviously would be the one position we would have to trade for. But at this point in time, let's find a new backup center. So we actually have some money here in free agency, and I'm actually going to be signing Brandon Clark to come... Oh, well, I was going to be signing Brandon Clark on a 2-year deal. I guess I'll sign Montrezl Harrell on a 2-year deal now. He's just going to be the replacement here for JaVale McGee. He's a little bit younger. it's a fine backup. It's just backing up Jared Allen, who's probably going to be playing 32-plus minutes a night. So JaVale McGee at this point in time, if I can just get some sort of draft pick, like honestly this pick from the Grizzlies wouldn't even be that bad. Actually, 2 picks here from the Charlotte Hornets. I will definitely take that. All right. This team's basically all set. I don't think there's a ton we could or really need to do with it. I'll see you guys at the start of year 2. We've officially arrived here at the start of year 2 for us in Cleveland, and this team is looking very, very good. I'm loving the progression on all of these guys, and I'm hoping this can be our team to kind of take us to the promised land. It's Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell. Obviously, no changes in the starting 5 whatsoever. Isaac Okoro, hoping for a little bit of another step up the ladder, if you will. But, you know, I get it. It's tough to do that when you probably have 4 all-stars playing next to you in your starting 5, but let's see if he can still do it. Evan Mobley and then Jared Allen. The bench unit, Kevin Love, Karis LeVert, Ricky Rubio, Montrezl Harrell, and Cedi Osman. I'm liking this team a lot. I'm thinking this is a team that can hopefully be a 1 seed again, maybe get a little bit further in the playoffs this time. See you guys at the end of year 2. So he took a year off from winning MVP. How gracious of him, but don't you worry. He's back with a 35-point triple-double. I would hate for you all to think that I'm not a fan of Luka winning MVP every year. Scoot Henderson, Rookie of the Year, ends up going to the Utah Jazz. Fell all the way to number 3. Dude, I watched some of the highlights from that game between him and Victor last night. Oh my God. You are about to see generational tanks for Victor Wembanyama. I mean, I'm talking about like fucking, what were they? The Hornets and the Bobcats at that point? Whatever the hell they were. I mean, generational tanks for Victor Wembanyama. Oh my God. Dylan Mitchell, 6th Man of the Year. Joel Embiid, Defensive Player of the Year. Tyler Hero, Most Improved. Holy hell. He got a fat new extension. I wonder if 2K's updated his extension because Lord, no, actually, he's probably already signed a different one at this point. I can't even look at contracts here, can I? But no, I'm just saying that because 2K had never updated RJ Barrett's contract extension, and you know we're weeks, if not almost a month, I think, away at this point from when he signed that. JB Bickerstaff, Coach of the Year. We go 69-13. Nice. Good record. I don't care unless we're winning championships, obviously, though. So we're 16 games up on the 2-seeded Miami Heat. You can take a look at the rest of the standings if you wish. Feel free to pause. The Lakers just suck. How are you that? Oh, LeBron retired. I was going to say, how are you that bad with LeBron? It just doesn't really feel reasonable for you to be that bad. Like, I get your surrounding core is basically hanging out with my grandmother on the weekdays, but, like, come on. Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell continue to ball the fuck out. They're obviously probably both all-stars. We have Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, Karis LeVert, Love, Okoro, Rubio, Harrell, Osman. So, yeah, I mean, Okoro obviously isn't necessarily taking that huge next step that we want him to, but, I mean, you know, the team built around him doesn't necessarily give him the keys to kind of put up 12, 15 points a game, so I get it. We have Toronto here again in round 2. It's Fred VanVleet, Amari Bailey, OG, Scotty Barnes, Pascal Siakam. They got Dinwiddie off the bench now. Pretty good addition there as a 6th man off the bench for the Toronto Raptors. That being said, we're going to go ahead and try to kick the living shit out of them because I want to win, and I want to win a championship right now. My Celtics, I love you guys, all of you. I have to do this. I'm sorry. They got Brogdon, Smart. I would not be starting Peyton Pritchard over Marcus Smart, but that's just my professional opinion. We are up 2-1 against them right now. We go up 3-1, and we close them out. Moving on to, we got a 1 versus 2 battle here in the East. We got a 1 versus 6 battle over there in the West. Miami, let's take a look at them. Kyle Lowry, Tyler Hero, who's averaging, 31.5 points a game. Jimmy Buckets, Caleb Martin, Bam Adebayo, Yurtseven, Gabe Vincent, Dwight Powell. All right, let's see if we can get by Miami here. They're a good, experienced team. I think we're young, up and coming, and according to 2K, just a whole lot better. As we sweep them, Darius Garland wins Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Karl Anthony Towns, Western Conference Finals MVP. So the Timberwolves, not an easy matchup. They had Mike Conley to their team. It looks like they moved on from D'Lo for whatever reason, who's been deloading for about 6 years now. Pat Connaughton, Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, Gobert, Vanderbilt, Matisse Thybulle, Jordan McLaughlin. Let's see if we can get by them. They win game 1. That's not a great way to start a series. We go down. Are you serious right now? That's not. They're not a better team than us, 2K. Okay. There's no reason that we should be down 3-1. I mean, there's no reason we should come back down from 3-1 just because that's something 2K does every single time I make a video. But there's also no reason we ever should have been in that spot in the first place. You know, Darius Garland, Finals MVP at the age of 24, averages 24 points a game, under 2.5 rebounds, almost 12 assists, 2 steals, shot 54% from the field and 40% from 3. And that's not in a 4-game series. That's in a 7-game series. So, pressure's off a little bit. But we're not going to leave this team exactly the same way. We're going to be making some upgrades at some point in time. We'll hit the draft lottery. We're not obviously in it. The Pelicans ended up with that number 1 overall pick, which is exactly what they need. Followed by the Jazz, Thunder twice, and then the Spurs. So, I mean, all of those kind of make sense a little bit, I guess. Maybe because the Thunder do have the Clippers pick. They probably really wouldn't suck at this point in time anyways, but I get it. All right, let's hit the NBA draft. Let's see if we do have any other first-round picks this year. We do. We have number 30, so it's our own draft pick. We do have a couple of expired contracts, but we probably are in the mood to make a trade or two. Let's see what we can come up with. I'm going to try to offer this combination of players and a whole bunch of draft picks to get Mikal Bridges. Again, he's probably going to be an upgrade over Isaac Okoro. He's also obviously a defensive stud. So can we get him here in Cleveland? I obviously have some draft picks. I don't have a ton of draft picks. Okay. Well, Mikal Bridges is officially here. We still have the 30th overall pick. I'll see who's available here at number 30. I'm not necessarily saying anybody that I draft here is going to be playing, but on just like D ranks, who's the highest rated prospect? Alex Fulks, 72 overall. I mean, everybody's probably around that right here. Sure, I'll just take it. It doesn't matter. They're really not going to play. All right, Alex Fulks is a 72 overall. As you saw, team player options, Evan Mobley obviously coming back, qualifying Isaac Okoro. I definitely not want Isaac Okoro to still be my backup, so we're definitely going to re-sign him. He's just probably not going to be in that starting capacity anymore, and he wants a lot of money for not playing the best basketball. No, that's an indirect shot that wasn't deserved. I don't really need Chetty Osman anymore, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-sign him strictly based off the fact that I could maybe trade him for some sort of new backup point guard. Obviously, we just moved on from Ricky Rubio. I'm going to let Isaiah Mobley go at this point in time. If this was real life, I'd probably bring him back to keep Evan happy, but it's not. So let's go ahead and now look at this roster. We definitely do need to find a new backup point guard. Other than that, we are basically going to be running... Oh, I need a new backup power forward. Did Kevin Love retire? I didn't even realize. He probably did. No? Did I? Unless I just missed it. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. That's weird. Love. I guess Kevin Love must have retired. And I might have missed it. That's my bad. So we definitely do need to find a new backup power forward. That's something that we cannot just let walk away. We look at our options right here. We have like Kyle Anderson, who's honestly not that bad. I could bring Larry Nance Jr. back to Cleveland. So we definitely have some options. We definitely do have some options. What I'm thinking of doing is maybe actually signing somebody like a Gordon Hayward and then just trading him. Or honestly, maybe I could let Hayward run the backup 4. There's really not a ton of bad options there, but we'll see. I'm going to make some trades. We're going to be trading Chetty Osman, a first-round pick and a second-round pick over to the Miami Heat. We're going to be getting Gabe Vincent back. He's actually been playing pretty decent for Miami, and he's going to come in here and be my new backup power forward. So we're still in the market for a backup, or excuse me, my backup point guard. We're still in the market for a new backup power forward. Let's see what we can find. I'm actually going to go ahead and take this deal here with the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson's not a power forward. He's not a stretch 4 in the slightest, but he's going to come in and he's going to be the new backup here for Jared Allen. Montrezl Harrell is now going to be traded for some sort of power forward. And honestly, worst comes to worst, I'm not playing Montrezl Harrell at the power forward spot. But like, we have the picks. I'd definitely rather have Mitchell Robinson. So let's see if there's a power forward here, Jayshawn Tate. We will call it a day. Welcome to the team. This team's absolutely insane. There's really no other way to describe it. I will see you guys at the start of the third and final year. Final year here in Cleveland. We are fresh off a championship. This team is absolutely insane. It's Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Mikal Bridges, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen. The bench unit, Karis LeVert, Mitchell Robinson, Jayshawn Tate, Isaac Okoro, and Gabe Vincent. So the bench looks a little bit different. We have one new starter. I think that these changes are going to be fine. We got better, in my opinion. I'll see you guys at the end of the third and final year. I told you 2K loves Darius Garland. I apologize that I have that update required message. It literally hit as soon as this panel came, so I'll show you his stats. It's annoying. I don't know why this happens. I don't know why it has to be right there. It's the worst place to put an update required message. And I don't even know why it's necessary. So I apologize. You can't really see stats right now. JB Bickerstaff, we went 73-9, by the way. Tying the best record in NBA history. What I'm going to do right now is just go to the exit screen. I'll hop right back into the playoffs. It's annoying. I'm sorry. So 73 wins. Let's go ahead and take a look at the full standings right now. I mean, we are obviously an absolute force to be reckoned with. I mean, 73 wins. Nobody's even coming close to touching that. Let's take a look at the numbers on the year. See just how we did it with our MVP, Darius Garland. I mean, just absolutely insane. Don't get me wrong. I think Darius Garland is a very, very good basketball player. Is he ever going to be averaging 29 points and 13 assists, winning an MVP award? Probably not. You never know, but I mean, come on, 2K. Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, Karis LeVert, Bridges, Tate, Robinson, Vincent, Okoro. Caruso here? I didn't even know we had Alex Caruso. It's a fun team. It's one of my more best teams, I guess. I don't even know. I feel like I didn't even do that much to it, though. So, ooh, did Jaylen Brown leave the Celtics? That's my worst nightmare. I didn't do a ton of this team. So, I mean, I made some trades that obviously helped us win, and we're probably on our way to a second championship, but I don't really feel like I did too much here to necessarily earn these championships, but, you know, everybody got to make some small moves. This is a deep team here they got in Indiana. We're still a whole lot better than them, and I was just going to say I'd like to maybe not lose a playoff game. That would be fun, but we do lose one against the Pacers. We are taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander wins Western Conference Finals MVP. Darius Garland wins Eastern Conference. Let's take a look at the OKC Thunder. Shai, Giddey, Edwards, Omaha Billu, Chet Holmgren, Trey Mann, Anthony Black. Obviously, the Thunder just have a treasure trove of assets with draft picks and young players. We were not losing to that team. Donovan Mitchell, Finals MVP, balls the fuck out, averages 34, 4, and 5.5, and takes home the Finals MVP. All right. This was a fun team. This was a really immensely talented team, and one that I'm really happy with. It's nice winning 2 championships, not having to stress about 2K on its BS, and overall, this is probably one of my better teams so far in the current rebuild. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, Cavs fans. I hope you guys are happy with the product I gave out here, and if you are, leave a like down below. Do me a favor. Of course, if you guys are new around here, have not yet subscribed to the channel, we'd love to have you. Stick around a while. Other than that, I'm fully listening to you guys on what videos you want to see down below in the comment section. Current, historic, rebuild challenges. I've not done a single rebuild challenge here in 2K23 yet, and I really want to. So whichever rebuild challenge is the best, I'll probably end up doing it tomorrow. So upvote the ones that you guys like. I really do appreciate it. It lets me know what you guys do want to see. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.